as a family-friendly Christian virgin YouTube guy, dating apps have not really been on my radar, like ever. So I never really used any, but that was the case only until 28 days ago, on 24th of May. On 24th of May 2025, I made an account on an app, on a platform called Tinder. I've always kind of been curious about these dating app things, and oh boy, is this something to talk about. Fuck, I'm already confused again. Congratulations, you have gone to the right place. I have been using for 28 days Tinder, and I have some truly magnificent observations that I have made in this time. Ultimately, my conclusion is that I am quite confused, actually. I have more questions than I had when I started this whole thing. And I know that sounds crazy, but we'll get to it later. For now, let's talk a bit about the app itself. So, as we know, Tinder is a dating app. It's where you go, you swipe right, left, whatever, to either like or dislike someone, whatever. To me, it kind of, like from using it, it almost feels like the TikTok or YouTube shorts of the dating world. It seems like the dating equivalent of brainword. So you have this thing, this button, and it's just like really dopamine inducing, sort of like doom scrolling sort of deal. It's very interesting to see that, but it's, it's brainword. Like, and brainword at the end of the day is brainword. But what does that mean in practice? That means that you are very incentivized to just keep scrolling, just keep swiping, just keep going, yes, yes, yes. And that's their goal. They want to keep you hooked. They want to keep you, using it, so maybe they get some money out of you. And what I found is that there is actually quite a bit of, like, sort of an enjoyable doses of dopamine from it. There's like nice animations. I think the animations are very well done. Actually, they look really good. They're like really positive, really like poppy. Like you get this kind of good feeling from like liking someone or whatever. So you go through these, you swipe through the cards, you see their pictures, you swipe, and it looks good. It feels good. So you're kind of incentivized to keep using that. But soon enough, that gets boring. So this is where we get to where I think the app is a bit more sketchy. So, of course, they want to make money out of it. It's a business. They want to make money out of you. And the way they do that seems to be quite predatory, in my opinion. There's a lot of like things that really take away, like try to take advantage of your insecurities, of your flaws, etc. It's kind of like how like cologne commercials or something work. So, for example, there's these like matches, right? And there's like likes and stuff. But if you want to see the likes, you have to like pay money. You have to use their subscription. So it's like they keep prompting you, like, oh, you have a new like, you have a new match. Please give us your money. See who they are, see who likes you. And it's almost just like continuous sort of process of trying to like make it feel like you're missing an opportunity, like you're, fear of missing out, FOMO. They're trying to really trigger that in you. And if you're, desperately looking for like a relationship or to have a one night stand or whatever, you're really want attention, that probably works. If you have those insecurities, then like preying on those is going to work. That's just that reality of how that works. And you can kind of see this throughout the whole thing. Not only is the app like, have these pop-ups that go like, oh yeah, give us money. You can see who like followed you. You can also see like, there's stuff like notifications on top of the app where it'll be like, oh yeah, keep swiping. The more you swipe, the more people you can meet. Oh yeah, give us money and you can have unlimited likes. And then they send emails as well. They do all this stuff. It's crazy. And I don't really like that. I don't like I understand it makes them money. It clearly works. That's the whole point. But I don't like the, what it means for the people using the thing. Because it's not really helping anyone. It's just taking advantage of people. But ultimately, there is this remaining question of, like, what is it actually like to use the thing? So far, we have only looked at the practical aspects, but what is the actual, user base? And the interesting thing to me, like above all else, is that there seems to be trends. There seems to be a meta, even. Like it's actually crazy. And I would love, like, if any of you are more experienced with using these apps or anything, like to understand these things, please leave a comment explaining some of this stuff to me, because this is where it gets really confusing. So there are a few trends, sort of metas I kind of see everybody doing. Now, I don't know what the guy metas are, but I know what the woman metas are. Okay, the one guy meta I know is that people like putting photos with no shirt on. But that's the only like guy meta I know, and I didn't do that, so obviously I don't have a lot of matches. But for what I have seen through like my feed, what I see all the time is people like putting photos with their friends, like having like a few people at once. I assume that's maybe more fun, maybe it's more attractive, like you show yourself as like more social, I don't know. Uh, Anything like that. But some of the more specific things about this is are quite interesting. So one very specific thing I see like all the time is human centipede, as I like to call it. So there's photos where it's like the person whose profile it is will have like one or two other friends with them, and they'll just like be standing next to each other. Like, let me kind of illustrate this for you. So they'll be standing sideways, something like this, and then like right there and there, just will just be like a different person with them. Kind of like this illustration here. Like, it's crazy. It's like, I don't understand. If somebody knows what the point of this is, or why this is a meta, why this is something that works, please do open this to me, because this is just something that baffles my mind. And when I say this, I don't mean this as like judgment or a criticism or anything like that. I'm genuinely just really curious and interested in this. But the thing that really makes me confused, this is the thing that I'm like, why? Is that, and it seems to be even more common in the human centipede, is that women will post photos of themselves with a man. Like, this is something that's in almost every profile. There will just be a photo of a woman being like closely doing something with a man. I don't know if it's their like ex-partner, or if it's their like friend or sibling or whatever the deal is there. But why do you have photos with another guy on your dating profile? Like, this is something like almost everybody does there. Like, most profiles I swipe through have this, and I'm very confused on what this actually is for. I don't understand what the appeal of this would be for a guy. I don't understand this meta at all. So if you are more experienced with Tinder and are familiar with this phenomenon, please please help me out in the comments. Help me understand like what this is for. Like, what sort of, is this like about some insecurity? Is it like for fun? Is it for like, is it appealing to people somehow? Like, what is this? What is the purpose of this? I'm very curious on the like, sort of trying to understand the mentality behind all of this. Crazy stuff, crazy stuff. And yeah, this has just all left me really baffled. And now let's talk about my like journey and really the big issue I have with the whole Tinder thing. So when I started, like, I made my account, I started like, nothing crazy. I wrote some stuff about like what I enjoy, my hobbies, stuff like that. And then I, made my profile. I had some like selfie photos, stuff like that. And maybe not the most attractive profile, but it has some stuff if people are interested in like what I enjoy, etc. And I made that thing. But what happens with that is that at first I was actually getting some matches. So I would pretty consistently actually like, use the app. I would like every day spend like 10 to 20 minutes just like going through and saying yes, no, etc. on people. And then people would like sometimes match with me. I had a few matches. I had one person who never ever responded to me. I had one person who was actually like chatting with me, and some other ones like unmatched me immediately, etc., etc. But this sort of gave me an insight into the sort of culture and the sort of like interaction that the app promotes. So I was talking with this one person for a while, And then things became, I guess, a little bit inconvenient for them, and they just like unmatched me or whatever. And the thing with Tinder is it like immediately removes chat from you entirely when someone matches you. So this makes it so easy to like just like, yeah, fuck it and leave it behind. And that can sting. Like as the other party, the person is just suddenly gone from your chat history, and as if they were never there. The history is completely gone. And this is particularly problematic because like, when I like if I try to like stop talking to someone, I usually tell them like, hey, I'm tired, I don't want to talk with you anymore, bye. Like at least have the courtesy of doing that. But even if you try to do it on Tinder, you do that and then you unmatch, they'll never see those messages because they lost chat. So like it would be much better, in my opinion, to have like the chat remain until they open it and read anything, to not promote this kind of, culture. But evidently there's this kind of a weird thing to it. And the thing that like kind of the whole trend seems to be, it really dehumanizes this whole dating thing. It's like, it's, you never met the person in person. You don't really see that, like you don't have that intuitive like I'm talking to a person feeling. It's just another number, another thing in the chat, another set of words exchanged, another image swiped on. Like it's because of numbers game, and it's just like, and then you can just like bail so easily. You don't have like empathy block that you would with a person you met in real life at all. It makes it so easy to just like detach, to pull out, to not have to think about it. And that easiness, it really makes it feel pretty meaningless, and it means you're really incentivized and to like be cruel, to be an asshole. And that doesn't feel like anything. That's the norm. That's what the app promotes. And I don't like how that feels as like someone using it, or whichever end I'm on. Like it's just feels weird to me. Like the whole, like, yeah. But yeah, that's essentially where I stand with it. I'm very confused on the methods of it. It's quite interesting, and I don't like how predatory it is and how it tries to target insecurities, how it like does this whole like how the like design patterns promote being, ghosting people, being an ass, just like being cruel, and how even if you want to not be those things, you can't really even avoid it in every case. It's just the whole thing feels so superficial. As I said at the beginning, it's fucking brain rot for the dating world. That's how it feels like to me. And maybe it's good for someone. Maybe just like maybe the Irish dating scene is just weird. I don't know. But let me know your experiences down in the comments. Thanks for watching and goodbye.